You could like that girly stuff, or you could like a real man. And I don't think they fully got how much of a real man he was, coming from a different generation, a different conception, of the way to be masculine. I mean, like, you look at guys from Europe, right, and they can be that metrosexual. Within an American context,
right.
They seem gay,
right.
But put him in front of a woman, and she's like, ooh, he's so sexy. And that's kind of what
right.
he's dealing with.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, Michael was a big sex symbol, which just kind of got lost in the thing. Michael was a huge sex symbol. And I'll tell another story that's actually not in the book because I didn't have the right framework for it. But in talking to L.A. Reid and in talking to Teddy Riley, guys who spent a lot of time with him, they both told me stories about these women in the studio. Okay, I mean, it's an interesting thing. Everyone has their perceptions of what Michael was about. But I tell you what, L.A. Reid is a guy I know very well. I know Teddy Riley very well. These are very straight guys. And they're telling me that Michael had fine-ass women in the studio hanging out with him. I believe them. But also, the other thing they also said about that was that he would not... another story. This is another story out of school. Another friend of mine who, a giant Michael Jackson fan, met Michael Jackson and befriended him, I guess must be around the turn of the century. So he goes to a party with Michael. Michael's asking him, where's Beyonce? Because he's never met Beyonce at this point. Because he wanted to see her. And he made a reference about her derriere. And he goes, I want to see the girl with the... He comes over, he introduced her to Beyonce. Then Michael sees a woman in the crowd and bring her over. Michael chats with her. Michael does not take her phone number. As any well-known star knows, you never take the phone number. Your man takes the phone number. So this guy ends up getting the number from Michael. So it's interesting that there's this whole narrative about Michael as a heterosexual male, hanging out with guys I know who are very heterosexual male. But it's something interesting. He himself would never consciously, publicly. It was like he had this interesting thing.
That was
because he was selling the innocent, magical.